Mira on all 7 ESL maps on each objective. That means 28 Mira locations. Make sure to put the corresponding subtitles, as well as to check the timestamps in the description. For the rest of the maps, it will be for the supporters. Before we go to the placements, little things to note. When making rotations, consider if attackers could bring Twitch drones, and if it is a positive answer, then don't make a walkable hole but vaultable hole. As Twitch is your biggest nemesis, Mira is used that you can use the received intel into something, so putting a Mira window on two reinforced walls and not being able to peek is not the way, and never do it. On most reinforcements you can choose on which side you want to put the Mira window, and you want to put it on the side that you will be peeking. So for this bank situation, we'll be peeking on the left side, therefore we'll put it as left as possible. Crouch mirrors are usually not recommended. In 9 out of 10 situations, don't do this. In these 1 out of 10 situation, 9 out of 10 situation, you will want to lay that wall soft, so you can either vault through it, through smoke wave C4 above it, or simply be peeking by standing up. The reason why you don't want to use the crouch mirror is because it doesn't give you any extra vision if on reinforced, and if it is on the soft, you just got the new counters like Ash, Zofia, Glass, or any bullet that to counter that mirror window. You also need to know your places. A badly placed mirror window, like on this one in the bank watching garage, is an example of a very bad mirror window place that is very commonly used even in the highest tier of the games. The mirror will be popped from the hatch and then you have a giant hole from the garage to red, which means you won't be able to play in the red at all. Since I have said most of the basics, let's go to the placements, alphabetically. Also, standing mirrors are always reinforced, and if you want to have a better vision with the mirror window, open up the soft part around the mirror window. When you really get into the mirror, you will open the needing holes before just reinforcing, as it is a quicker way to open it, and you can expect where the needing holes will be. Bank. We'll have two mirror windows pointing the same direction, the default blind spot under the bank and the whole CC overall. The first mirror is reinforced, usually recommended for a C4 player to be next to it, with a rotation above the crouch level, so they are safe to throw C4s. You can see whole CC, a part of the servers, and this admin hatch. Be aware of the open hatch if it is opened. The other crouch mirror is soft, is for your smoke player, as the first mirror is enabled by the hatch if attackers have frags, capital, or ying. Then your smoke player will be able to still to stall the push with the other mirror. The mirror cannot be destroyed from the garage, if you're wondering. You could use a mirror window to see the main stairs, but I will recommend the first two. When defending archives, you will want to put inside of the archives the mirror window toward the tellers and part of the lobby. That's the only standard mirror window. The other one can be used in the roamer setup, such as watching the hallway, janitor, all the way to the skylight, or even in the executive. Bear in mind that these require roaming setups. The one in archives is the only standard mirror window. When defending open and cafeteria, we will have both mirror windows inside of the cafeteria, as the ceiling is solid, so the only actual counter is Hibana and obviously Twitch. The first one will see the skylight as a whole, whereas with the other pre-opened holes, that means you have extra reinforcements to spare somewhere else, you can see all the way toward the teller's office. For our final site, Consul and Executive will use two standard inside of the meeting, toward the hallway all the way toward the stock trading, and the other one is to see the janitor, part of the console, and skylight. They cannot be denied from below. Consider that with the janitor Mira, you won't be able to play in the janitor, nor flank them from the janitor, so some Pro League teams can be using a Mira window by the end of the hallway so Nako can contest the garage roof. Here are the locations of the old Mira placements on the bank. It is border time! When we'll be defending lockers and archives, we will have the most standard Mira over here, which can be denied from below. This Mira sees the most important place for attackers when doing the lockers push, which is lockers, and the balcony. Basically, to go to the lockers push, they will have to deny your mirror window in one way or another. The other mirror window, if not in a stack, put it inside of the archive pointing fontaine to see the fontaine and the office. But usually what you will see is a mirror window in the fontaine facing office, and that is a standard one. It requires two reinforcements behind you as well as the reinforcement next to it. office is a choke point when attackers are doing the archives push and your floor is solid. Usually how Mira is held against Hibana is to have Bandit electrolyzing the Mira window. When workshop and ventilation will have one facing ventilation from the workshop, on the second reinforcement from the right side, so you can see the whole ventilation. For the other Mira, put it in the cubby of lockers, just like when defending lockers. If you're defending customs, we'll have one facing passport and waiting, and the other one will be at the CC facing east stairs. Make sure to open up the fontaine wall so you can see all the way toward the office. Also open up the nighty wall so you can see the break room's door. This mirror window forces attackers to push you from the balconies and not the other way around. And having a setup in the lockers as well as the CC will guarantee you a win. In case defending tellers, we'll use one in the hallway to night the default, and the other one will be at the sandwich office position, so you can hold the office a bit more. Attacker will be forced to push from the lockers and open fontaine walls, so be aware of that. And here are the locations of the all Mira placements on the border. We are approaching to Clubhouse now, when defending Church and Arsenal on the middle church wall, having the right wall soft, so that way you can see and deny the main stairs push and the motto head drop. With this Mira and the blue facing church, we are totally denying the church push. Holding blue nowadays is not as hard, especially with the new deployable shield or legion and Thatcher band, so it should not be an issue. On cache or CC, we will have one Mira by the cache stairs facing cache, to see the whole cache, making attackers to destroy the Mira window before pushing CC. Speaking so much of the CC, we will have Mira there to deny the CC push, obviously on a reinforced wall. Some people will put a soft crouch Mira here, but it is very easily deniable. However, with the reinforcement, you are denied your rotation to CC, but at least you can throw a C4 over the Mira window. When you're defending gym and bedroom, there will be just one standard Mira window from the toilet facing jacuzzi wall, and cannot be opened from the construction side. With this Mira window, when attackers open the jacuzzi wall, pretty much they did nothing, till they get rid of the player behind the Mira window, or the Mira window itself. Although that is said, the other Mira is not standard. However, you can use a crouch Mira over here, on the most left side, so it cannot be denied from the window, and this cover is solid. You can see the office drop, which is essential for some pushes. At the most exciting side to defend, bar and stock, you will need a mirror window from the stage to stock to obviously see the default. You can use another one for the roaming setup. And here are the locations of the all mirror placements on the clubhouse. It is time to put some mirror windows on Coastline on the Penthouse, one from the theater watching Penthouse, reinforced. Some people tend to use it as a crouch soft mirror, so they can throw C4 or things above to deny the default. However, it is more likely that you will just lose that mirror window and anchor spot in the theater and won't be able to use anything to throw over it, so that's kind of pointless. We'll use another mirror window to see the hallway and possibly VIP if needed. Opening these holes at the bottom are required, because without them, attackers can sneak and crouch to your mirror window and you won't see anything. When defending Hooka, we will have one by the vase on the right side, because of the roof angle, towards the Hooka, to obviously see the whole Hooka. For another mirror, you can use a crouch reinforced mirror window. And yeah, you heard it right, crouched reinforced. Crouch will be because you will most likely be crouching behind the bomb, desk, or even the deployable shield, due to the poor angle. We'll be defending now the double bar objective, having one mirror inside of the pink to blue with possibly, but not required, office wall opened, and you can use another one by the hookah stairs, the same as in the previous objective, or you can use one to deny the long hallway as well as the part of the kitchen. For a final objective, possibly the best in the stack, we'll use a mirror window from the kitchen toward the service, to see the default plan spots and to see the whole service obviously, and the other one will be by the middle service to lobby walls, which allows you to play more aggressive on the attacker with the rotations and everything. Both mirrors can be put from above, so be aware. Here are the locations of the all mirror placements on the coastline. Consulate, when defending basement. We'll have one in the security watching garage and the yellow stairs. This is a common one. Make sure to reinforce the wall on the left side, so it cannot be destroyed from above. For the other mirror window, you can place it on the same wall or a crouch soft mirror by the rotation wall. With both mirrors, you can see the cafeteria, and with this one, which is a bit more exposed from the vertical angles, you can see the visa stairs bottom as well as the hallways around it. We'll move up to the top floor with one standard mirror depending on what do you want to hold. If you want to hold heavily yellow, then having these two walls reinforced and our reinforcement on the back with the mirror window on this wall will deny every yellow stairs push. The reinforcement in the back is put mostly due to the connector window. Speaking of that, if you're about to peek from the mirror, you're exposed from the connector window. Also, be aware of the frag coming from the skylights. If you want to hold admin a bit more heavier, then having a mirror window in the break with this rotation as well as these two walls is recommended because of the angles on the copy and the side admin window. The mirror window will definitely deny the admin push and cannot be popped from below. For the lobby and piano, we'll be defending piano with a toilet mirror window in the middle and having this wall reinforced, so you can see the yellow stairs as well as piano, and cannot be picked off from this angle nor the window angle. The other one should be put depending on the roamer setup. With our last objective, the split, we'll have a mirror window watching garage from the security, very similar to the first mirror, and we'll have one mirror watching tellers as a whole, forcing attackers to destroy that mirror window before going there, can be popped from above. Here are the locations of the all mirror placements on the Consulate. Cafe Dostoevsky and will be defending top floor. If you want to be on one woman army, you can have two in the toilet, denying pretty much everything. Will be especially powerful if you're a bandit. However, for the standard ones, we'll keep one in the toilet facing freezer with the open holes, so you can deny the shop push easily with a mirror, and your mirror cannot be denied at all unless you lose the hallway control, which is relatively hard to lose if in a stack. The other mirror is recommended to be put by this cocktail wall, however it can be destroyed from the east balcony with a tight angle. The mirror is obviously denying the whole bar. When defending basement, we'll have two mirrors facing the same way. The first one is to waste as much time and force attackers on clearing top floor roamers if attackers want to push the bakery. And the second one will be denying the cooking as a whole. The floor above is solid. However, you want to maintain the hallway control, possibly by having line of sight over here and reinforcement on the left side, a cover for the first mirror. Moving to the split, we'll have one mirror inside of the washroom, again making sure that attackers have to go vertically on you as they won't be able to plant in the reading while the mirror is up. Since they will most likely push on the top, why not using a similar mirror window over here in the cocktail? Or even facing freezer, both for the same use. One is heavily denying freezer and the piano, and the other one is denying bar. For last objective, museum and fireplace, you will need a default mirror by the train wall, and the other one is the same as a split one, either facing freezer or bar, with an obviously roamer setup, and is forcing attackers to play vertically as all windows are. Here are the locations of the all mirror placements on the cafe. And for our final map, Villa will have two mirror windows separated by a south wall from games to study. From games to study and Aviator. When defending games and Aviator, the first one is more commonish to check the study push. However, the second one also sees the study push if open according walls, not required, but you can see Aviator. Basically, with these mirror setups, you are denying both pushes. The games push because of the study denial and the Aviator push. Both mirrors are deniable from below. When defending Statuary and Trophy, we'll put a mirror window in the middle of the triple walls, facing bedroom with a rotation or a line of sight on the right side. This mirror is mostly to deny the bedroom push. We'll have the other mirror facing Trophy from Astronomy, a crouch reinforced mirror, because we'll be using the sofa as a solid cover in case required. And the mirror can obviously see Trophy. Both mirrors can be denied from below. As for the kitchen and dining, you could have one on the top by the middle of the triple walls. If you're expecting attackers to bring enough utility to get these walls opened, maybe having a setup of these two mirror windows of the side watching dining could be beneficial. These mirrors definitely require a stack. Most standard mirrors will be by the dining facing memorial, possibly bending playing there, as you don't want this wall to be opened, because then your mirror is pretty much denied. And with the mirror window you can see hold memorial, in case that push happens, and the other mirror by the triple mid walls. For our last objective, I would definitely recommend using either one or even two to cover up study from above. If you want to use just one, then you can put another one in the gallery facing living. However, I would recommend holding up more heavily. Here are the locations of all Mira placements on the villa. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any feedback, let me know down in the comment section below. If you would like to support me, drop me a like, subscribe and click the notification bell not to miss any video from my channel. Make sure to join my Discord server and to follow me on Twitter.